Hey everybody, welcome back to the Rock Room. Today is going to be a little bit different, interesting week. I've been planning for a while to get a rock slab saw, a real one, not a fake one. You know, actually a real one, not a tile saw. So did all this extra running around work-wise. Got some extra money, so I figured, well, time to get a rock saw. I didn't get one of those, nothing real big because. They can be, geez, $5,000, $10,000, depending on how big of a saw you want. Not that kind of money. So I did something small, or I should say it's not small, but medium. It's a 14-inch one. It's from Highland Park, and I'm not affiliated with Highland Park. I didn't get any deals from Highland Park. Highland Park doesn't give me any money. I just kind of did some research. Looked around out there, seen what was available, seen what the price was and stuff. It wasn't the cheapest saw, but I looked at it, and these have, seem to be more of a heavy-duty tank, and the guide system's heavier duty. It just seemed to be a lot solider built, so I went and got one. So I'll take it out of the box and show you what it represents. So okay, here we go. Here's how it comes in the mail. UPS anyhow. The motor's in one box. The saw's in the other box. You gotta put it together. You don't want to ship them with the motor in it because the motor hanging off the back end would make the box really big. Plus, you don't want that kind of weight hanging on any kind of a metal part. It'd probably end up breaking off. I'm going to use my old bench that I used. It's got a wheeled thing on it. But I had my old tile saw on, and took that apart, took it off. So we will put this on there. And yeah, they come, some of the bigger ones come with wheels, a stand. The one that I got didn't come with a wheeled stand, but that's okay because I knew I had that, and I'll just be able to pop it on there. So let's just take this out of the box and see what we got. Okay, first we'll pop the motor out. See what that looks like. Okay, some nice packing foam. We can always use that. Now apparently it comes with the mounting bracket that you're going to use to mount it on the saw. That's already on it. And yes, it is pretty heavy. Very light. So let me get this out of here. Break this, or what I'm supposed to do here. Pop her out. There we go. That's out. Pretty big size motor. They say this is the mounting brackets that will go on the saw itself. So I'll put this off to the side. We'll open up the big box. Alright, I just cut the bands off it, and we'll pop her open and see what we got in here. And we got more packing equipment. If you can see here, I even put a piece of plywood in there. I'm sure she stands up to the fun shipping that we have nowadays. So seems pretty. This is obviously this is the saw blade here, and this is the saw. It looks well packed. More styrofoam. I shouldn't even say it's not styrofoam. It's actually that soft, pliable, soft foam that gives it a little bit more. Here it is. I don't know if we can. Well, you can see pretty good there. I will take it out of the box, and I will try to get it on the stand and show you what it looks like on there. Okay, I got her out of the box. up on the stand here. A little bit to put together. Comes with the this is the belt and the belt guard. The motor goes on the back here. Obviously the belt on. Put the belt guard on. Put all that on there and throw the motor on there. Blade's got to be put in there, so I will attach the motor, the guard, and the belt, and we'll look at the blade here, and I'll cut back when that's done. So I put the motor on, basically just these two screws up here, hold it on there, and then these two here, these two bolts and these nuts, this is after you get the belt on, you adjust these in, which will, you know, you loosen this nut, you screw that screw in this way, and it pushes this away, and that'll give you your belt tension. You don't want it real tight or real loose, just right. And then so I will throw the belt on and then come back. Okay, I got the belt on, I got the tension adjusted, got the guard on. You know, when you're putting on your motor, they said, you know, start with these screws with your motor, because this slides left or right, because you want your belt to run true. I did move it over a little bit because it seemed like the belt was a little whatever, so it's the way the pulley was put on the motor shaft. So I moved that a little bit. We'll take it there, see what happens. Next we will come to the other side here, and we will throw on the blade. So tune in for that. Okay, so now we're getting ready to install the blade. Now, when you're installing your blade or you're doing blade changes on these saws, and like this came with no blade on it, so to loosen this nut, because it comes factory tight, it's not super tight, but it comes factory tight, if you put your wrench on there, and you need a bigger wrench on here, I think this is 7/16, oh, I'm sorry, 15/16. So it's a pretty big bolt. I have a lot of tools in here. So you want to loosen this bolt, and you do that, and your motor spins, and your shaft spins. Well, how do you get that off? I mean, yeah, you could take this guard back off of here, and put your hand on the pulley, or on the belt itself, or on the pulley, to hold it still, but you know, who wants to go through all that? You know, not me. So what they tell you to do at the factory at Highland Park, they say, because it's semi-loose, all you have to do is take another big wrench and just give it a tap. And of course that didn't work, right? That was supposed to loosen it. We'll try it one more time. And there we go. That popped her loose. So now I will put the belt on. I'll put the blade on, not the belt. The belt I already have on. Okay, so I'm ready to put the blade on. I got the nut off there. I got the couplings off there. These help keep the blade in place. But if you look at the hole in this, and then you look at the hole in there, there's quite a bit of size difference. So this blade hole, this is probably like a 5/8, and this blade hole is like an inch. So they give you this bushing, and what this bushing does, it's not anything else than, I mean, it doesn't suit any purpose other than when you put your blade on the shaft, it keeps the blade centered around the shaft, so the blade's not hanging high on the shaft or low on the shaft, and it would create the blade to wobble. So this just goes on here, right on there, right tight on there. Now when I put the blade on, the blade will be on this, and I'll show you this in a second. Let me get this blade on there and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, now there's what I mean. That bushing is actually holding that blade center on the shaft because you have a bigger hole than you do with the mount coming out. So this blade, this little bushing will hold it, and it doesn't really function. I'm starting to lose some focus here. Doesn't really suit any purpose other than just to hold it on till you get your flanges on. Once your flanges are on, your flanges are what's holding the blade on and holding the blade steady. This is just to keep it centered on there. So we'll pop that flange on there, lock it tight, and I'll show you where I'm at after that. Okay, I put the flange on, tighten my blade down. My blade's on there nice and tight. Ready to go. Got everything set up. But, oh no, don't forget the mineral oil. Yeah, okay. So yes, these run on a mineral oil, and you can't, you see a lot of videos, they tell you to use these different items in there, but you should be using regular mineral oil that was made for cutting rocks. It's low viscosity or thin. It's real thin. It's almost like a watery texture. That's what you want to use. No petroleum additives, no nothing. Just a straight high quality mineral oil. That what you should be using in there, because that's really what you want. That's going to give you the longest life on your blade, the longest life, the best cutting, cooling as you cut rocks. So don't be like me and get everything going and not have mineral oil on hand. So now I have to go back in the house and look up online, either at Highland Park or something, and order mineral oil. It looks like quite a bit. I mean, it's a pretty big tank, so I'm sure I need to get a 5-gallon container of cutting oil, mineral oil. It runs anywhere from $100, $150, so it's not cheap. You won't use the whole 5-gallon at one time. You're going to be using part of it, but as it gets dirty, you're going to want to replace it, change it. And there's ways you can clean it. You can filter out the sediment, the rock dust that's in there, the particulates. You can drain it out. It comes with a drain plug. You can drain it out and then just let it sit, and all the heavy stuff will settle to the bottom, and then you can pour the almost clean oil back off the top. But it's going to take a while for it to settle. So, a week or 2 weeks, who knows. So you want extra, so while you have certain oil waiting, settling, you can put other oil in here and then just kind of rotate your stock. Otherwise, they've got like filters and stuff like that, but it's like kind of like a coffee filter. It's going to take a long time to filter, so I don't know if you have that kind of time. But then, of course, by filtering it, it's going to do a really good job taking all the sediments out. So it's up to you what you want to do. I would just let it settle out and then pour it off, and then keep going doing it that way, and then eventually throw out the sludge. So it's mineral oil. It's not toxic. Like I say, no petroleum products in there, nothing, no additives, no nothing. It's just straight old mineral oil. So it's not like real bad. So yeah, so here we're set. Everything's ready to go. Ready to cut some rocks. So where am I at here? Cut some rocks. No, we can't cut no rocks. Yeah. We're gonna cut some rocks. Yes, we've got rocks. We got rocks. We got rocks. Boy, do we got rocks. We want to cut some rocks. We want to cut some rocks. Yeah, we want to cut rocks. Gee, does anybody have any rocks I could cut? Anybody have rocks I can cut? Anybody got rocks? Rocks, 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 and rocks, and more rocks. Here we've got, we got a Kumbaba jasper. Oh, geez, I got coprolites in there, different kinds of agates in there. We got Mexican crazy laces in here. We got flora. We've got serape in there. We've got different agates. We've got some here, leopard skin. So we got a whole lot of stuff to cut. Some of this I had originally cut on my tile saw. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff to cut, a lot of stuff we want to cut, but since somebody didn't bring the mineral oil, we will wait, and so we'll see you next. Thanks for watching.